Oh, we are back.
Hello!
We're just jumping right into round three. No one got any warning. I'm going to be eating on stream, so enjoy that. It's chips and buffalo chicken dip. So just be jealous, right?
It's chips too, so they're very crunchy. Perfect. Andy warned me ahead of time that this match may be over in 7 minutes. So let's find out.
So the interesting thing about this matchup is that Andy, the brass man Probasco, on your left, built the Dwayne Man Dewey Haddix's deck for this event.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So Andy definitely knows what Dwayne is playing.
Do we know what Dwayne is playing?
I have no idea.
Exciting.
Brassman has been very coy about all of the decks that he has brought, and honestly, it could be anything. This is going to be the spiciest spice.
Hey, friends.
Hey.
Oh, cool. You got
Jimmy.
it all set up.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. So I wanted to do Chapel this round, but Phil has black and white proxies, which is his opponent.
Oh,
Those would be kind of hard to read.
it's a no-go, yeah.
So next round, Chapel. Also, Chapel said he does not want to be feature match, which makes it even want to do it more. So next round, we'll get you some Divine English action.
Using the
Off of
feature
camera
match like a
cells.
cudgel.
I really wanted him to play Cavercells and name Spell Shaper. Very good. It is like 17 creature type deck. All right. 333. All right. Let's say 3:35 round start.
Are you guys good?
So that's 2 minutes from
Yeah,
now.
thanks.
We're great.
Okay. We're gonna start. Get your shit together.
Are you good?
I'm great.
I'm also great.
Yeah. That was Jimmy McCarthy who did all of our overlays for us. He's talking about trying to get our Serious Vintage co-host, Josh Chappell, on stream. Josh and I were theorizing a deck before this event. Lots of secrets there. You may have heard Jimmy mention Divine English.
I think I know where this is going.
I think it's going straight into the trash. But it should be interesting. Maybe we'll get Josh Chappell on a little bit later. As we said before, Brassman built Dwayne's deck. So the player on the left built the deck for the player on the right.
Brassman also built his own deck.
Potentially built his own deck. Brassman knows everything, and Dwayne knows a few things. Dwayne is very well known for playing artifact decks. I think Tiny Robots is sort of his bread and butter. So I kind of expect Dwayne to have a Tiny Robots-ish deck. He and Brassman sort of work on those together regularly. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea what Brassman or Dwayne is playing. But I expect it to be neat. I'm going to eat a chip. You guys can listen. Please provide commentary on said chip.
I think that you have to provide the commentary on the chip. Yeah, I know that spicy dip that Hazard makes. It's not a joke.
Not usually.
It looks like Andy is serum powdering, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, snap. I bet he's not playing Dredge. He's just playing Serum Powder.
Oh. Oh my.
Did he Serum Powder 3 times?
Yeah, I think that he did.
Jiminy Christmas. So there's a Collector Oof. Oh man, I don't know. There's some stuff there.
There's just all kinds of bad business
There
going
was some
on.
stuff there and 3 Serum Powders. So that's where this match is starting. Dwayne has colorless cards in hand, as
Oh,
well expected.
how
It's
kind of him.
Has a walking ballista and a soul ring, obviously.
That does sound like stuff that's usually in
That
Dwayne's
looks,
wheelhouse.
that looks like a city of traders, which, man, I hate that land.
City of Traders really messes you up on a regular basis.
And a skull clamp? Is that skull clamp?
Oh, man.
And a hangerback walker.
So are we going to be clamming Walker tokens?
Oh, I believe we are. If that is a Skull Clamp and Hangerback Walker, Hangerback Walker is a 1/1 right now. He can clamp it, draw 2, clamp the token, and draw 2 more.
What the hell is Andy doing?
Andy is playing Survival, so well, it looks like Survival. That's Basking Root Walls. He
Okay,
may be
right.
playing Death Survival, or Surviving Death, or whatever you
He
called it.
does love Death's Shadow.
Death Shadow is a fun creature. So he's played the Hollow one, and he's
And
time walking.
time-walking.
What a jerk!
Oh my god. Clearly, Serum Powder is the best card to hit Vintage. It has crafted this hand.
Okay. So City of Brass, that puts me even more into the realm of Death Shadow because, Brassman wants to take some damage so he can play his Death Shadow at a reasonable size. Whatever.
Right. Do you think that he's sporting Death Wish in this pile?
God, I hope so. So that's Collector Oof. We got some other stuff. I think that's Collector Oof seems very, very good for Brassman versus whatever it is Dwayne is doing.
Man, does not feel good staring down like Collector Oof and then losing your City of Traders if you want to play a land.
No, it's very bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. Is that, I think that's a Walking Ballista, which is also not great for Collector Oof, honestly.
Man, who would make that card? That card just ruins everything.
What, Collector Oof?
Yeah.
Finally deserves to be a card. Yes, absolutely. I have no regrets about that one. Ethan Fleischer was like, yeah, that should be a card for sure. It's like, yes, I know. And it should be green, not white.
Oh, that's game. That seems about
and
right.
we scooped. Wow.
I did not see how Dwayne was going to dig out from...
No, it was very bad.
City of Traders is such the worst land in
Yeah.
that situation.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Let's see, match view. We can do the round. Game score. So again, we see left seat
Left
too
seat.
strong.
Yep. I warned Dwayne going into this that he should
You
sit in the
did.
left seat,
You did,
and
too.
he chose the right seat, which is the wrong seat.
So I mean, honestly, it could be that Dwayne is still discovering what his deck is doing.
I would imagine.
He's looking at cards in his sideboard.
He's played 2 rounds with this so far, so he should at least know what's in the sideboard.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't see a ton of what Brassman or Dwayne was doing.
No, it just seemed like...
Brassman had Collector Oof and Survival type cards, so he had...
Yeah, really the only thing that was out of the ordinary there was obviously City of Brass seems a little bit out, but then the Serum Powder.
And the Serum Powders. He did play very many Serum Powders, and we didn't... I unfortunately didn't get a look at what he was
What he
playing
exiled?
out of the Serum Powders.
Yeah.
So, both players looking at sideboards. Okay, I hope all of you can hear what's going on in the background.
We're actually casting 2 games right now.
Yeah.
Looks like Andy may be explaining Dwayne's deck to him.
Oh, this is good. Let's see. Dwayne has a Twitter, but I don't remember what it is.
He does?
He does.
News to me.
Yeah.
Alright, you switch shots. Let's see. You
there really is. When it comes right down to it, there is a lot of shuffling and drawing that goes into
Yeah.
playing a match of Magic.
Yeah, there is. Which I think, like, that's the allure to me of, like, an online client. But you lose so much else in that so much other stuff in that process that it becomes not worth it.
Right.
Personally. No shame to people who enjoy playing Magic on MTGO.
Yeah, no, well, it makes a
It's just
difference.
it's a different game.
Yeah. I mean, I love playing Chandelar, Microprose 95 Magic.
Is it because of the shuffling?
I mean, part of it.
And that lovely sound that it makes?
I have all the sounds turned off, obviously.
What?
Oh,
What?
God, yeah.
I love the sounds in Chandelar.
Yeah, no, part of my reason for liking it is that I feel when I play on Mitgo or on Arena that I'm wasting two people's times.
You want to waste your own time?
My time and my opponent's time. And I feel like if I want to waste my own time, that's fine. I don't want to waste someone else's time with it.
All right. Okay.
It's not necessarily the right attitude to have. So we're still shuffling a little bit.
I loaded up Chandelar recently for a weird reason because I went down a rabbit hole on old rules, specifically batch rules. And I had some scenarios that I wanted to test out, and I decided that probably the best way to test them out would be to like build the scenarios in Chandelar and see what happened.
So what did you find out?
The specific one that there was a lot of back and forth about with me and another person who was playing at that time was the question of, I mean, a lot of it dealt with, originally came up because of the question of interrupts and why interrupts were a thing.
Yeah.
Because I had a hard time figuring out scenarios where interrupts being interrupts mattered.
Sure. Well, that was kind of the reason that they got discontinued. It was like
Right.
there was not enough time where they mattered, where it was like, well, we could just do a different thing.
Yeah, and I think that my problem was that I was stuck on why counterspells are interrupts,
yeah.
because it actually doesn't matter for counterspells. They could
Right.
be instants in batch, and it would work out just fine.
Sure.
The things that don't work are the laces that target other spells,
Right, sure.
and are relevant to those spells when they resolve. Like you can't.
You can lace a white knight on the stack and change it, right?
Well, you can lace. You need, like, if you want to.
Oh, you can lace a red elemental blast on the stack.
Bingo,
Right.
exactly, and you would not be able to do that at instant speed.
Right. So, Dwayne playing Coalition Flag, I believe.
What?
That is a card that gives creatures of a choice that you type of your of your choice +1/+1.
I was excited about Coalition, but then you said flag.
I don't remember. It's some sort of flag. Victory flag? I don't remember. Anyway, Dwayne is playing some sort of probably tribal deck. Cool.
What?
Yeah, it's cool.
Tribal constructs?
It could be tribal constructs. Could be tribal mirror. Tribal.
But we've seen Hangerback and
Tribal servos.
and
Tribal
Ballista.
Thopter.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So still don't really know.
What is going on here? He's got an academy though, which seems like a really good start. Is that a Kataki
That is
Wars Wage?
Kataki. That seems very bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it seems not great compared to Dwayne's
I mean,
Tolarian Academy.
It basically locks down his Telerian Academy, but he's not going to lose
kind of.
anything to it.
Yeah.
And now he's going to start taking some tomb beats.
Here we go. Vanquisher's Banner.
What?
As Vanquisher's Banner enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a creature type of the chosen, or whenever you cast a creature spell of the chosen type, you draw a card. So here we go. I think this is probably constructs, and yeah, Vanquisher's Banner is a card from Ixalan.
I do feel
It costs 5. This is the kind of investment we've made
What?
in this particular deck. One of our viewers is speculating that Dwayne's deck is blue shops. I don't think so. We haven't seen blue other than Tolarian Academy.
I can
But
definitely
maybe,
see.
who knows?
I can definitely see how it would be a reasonable sell to Dwayne on, hey, this is tribal constructs, because Dwayne's a constructs kind of guy.
Yeah. So I wonder if he has the tribal the construct tutor in Modern Horizons.
Oh?
Yeah, there's a construct in there that tutors for further constructs, and I hope it's here because I like that guy. And when we were putting the set together, I was like, this card makes me think of Dwayne every time. Like, I don't know if it's any good. I don't think it's great, but like,
It's a card that Dwayne might like.
It is a very Dwayne card.
Is it better at tutoring for artifacts than, say, Kuldotha Forgemaster?
Well, it can only find constructs, but it also has modular.
Of course.
Modular? Yeah, modular.
Is modular good?
It puts a counter on stuff. Well, you have to sacrifice a construct, so you sacrifice it to itself. It puts a counter on something else, and then it's all good. It's
Cool.
great.
Value.
Value. So,
There are things happening.
yeah, Brassman predicted this match would end in 7 minutes, and so far that has not proven true.
So, what's it?
Are the things on the left of Brassman's board in play, or is that like, has he got a card there that's stuff under it? Is that his hand?
So the strip mine is. Oh, yeah, that must be Brassman's hand.
Show his hand.
Maybe he played Land Grant.
Ah,
I don't think he actually played Land
I
Grant.
doubt it.
Maybe he's just doing Dwayne a solid.
Like,
I gave
will
you-
show you how I'm losing.
I gave you this bad deck. Oh, there's a shop. We have a shop. Oh wait, you were speculating on blue, not the shop.
No,
part.
but I knew obviously they were going to Mishra's Workshops in this deck. Otherwise, Dwayne would have refused to play it. Is that Goblin Charbelcher? Oh, no, it's
No.
Lodestone Golem. Oh, that's it. Dwayne surgical extracted the Kataki. And, killed and surgical extracted the Kataki, and then
Of course.
looked through Brassman's hand and deck to
Yes.
find out what was going on.
Yes.
Thank you, Hebe Genie. Number 1. So Brassman, a little bit stymied here. He doesn't have enough mana to play things through the Lodestone Golem.
Yeah, Lodestone Golem seems really solid in this case. As in most cases.
Lodestone Golem, not a construct.
What is he?
He's a golem.
Of course.
I think that's Memory Jar.
Which is not a construct. Golems
It's,
clearly not constructs.
oh, no problem. Thank you for tuning in and watching. We are happy and proud to present live vintage or whatever this is from Hazard's Basement in Colombo.
Also, not afraid to point out our own mistakes or not misunderstandings.
Yeah. So Dwayne is thinking about Memory Jar, which, I mean, to be fair, I think is a thing that Dwayne does frequently.
Do, like, you just jar, right? Don't you just jar?
Well, if you wait for the next turn, you have 8 cards.
Oh, he's thinking about jarring on his main rather than on his
like,
upkeep.
do you jar now when you're mostly tapped out,
Oh.
or do you wait until
Okay, yes.
next turn when you have 2 workshops untapped?
Yes, you wait.
Yeah,
I'd wait.
I might well. I would wait too.
I don't think Andy's gonna blow up and like change the state of the game in
Not
this
with
turn.
Lodestone Golem in play.
Yeah.
And I mean, potentially he could also just save the jar and just have it be a threat.
Wouldn't did he apply the skull clamp to something, or is that just stacked?
I think it's stacked. I think he has. No, I was
Nope.
wrong.
It's clamped on whatever that is.
I have no idea what that is. That is a card. Looks like it's a proxy. Who knows? And I don't know what that is either. Whoa, we're blocking.
There is combat things happening.
It's a Memnite. did.
Oh my god.
I think he
Skull Clamp has triggered.
I think he blew up some artifacts. So attackers got blown up. Dwayne could now crack the memory jar.
Yes.
I think
That seems reasonable.
with some mana untapped. It depends on what the last card in his hand is. It's Hangerback.
Hangerback. Oh, he's...
We have clamped it.
We are clamping.
It is thus clamped.
Clamping down.
So Vanquisher's Banner was in play. So every time he played a card of a particular type, he would draw a card. And he's also got a Skull Clamp.
The Vanquisher's Banner is now no longer in play.
Correct.
Was that part of the Andy's...
He blew up some stuff.
I think
that was part of it.
Gotcha.
So this has become an interesting game.
This has become Dwayne combo.
I mean, it has become like we're trying to figure out what some of these cards are, but it's interesting.
Is that an Ether Vial that he just drew?
Maybe. Is that...
No. What is that?
Man,
This is
that's
not
a
good.
thorn. I know that one. That's
That's
Thorn
a
of
thorn.
Amethyst. So and Dwayne still has the memory jar there on the
Yeah,
right.
he's
tucked under the 1 versus 0.
he's definitely
box
blowing
there.
up here and taking control of this game.
So before we started this match, Andy had predicted that this match would go 7 minutes, and we've gone much past this. I don't think he expected to win game 1.
His first game was fast.
Right. So you can. Brassman built Dwayne's deck.
And now...
Maybe there could be a bit of a deck tech. We could actually talk to both of them after this match, since Brassman has all the information.
Are we going to Memory Jar Town?
I mean, it's either crack it now or get rid of Collector Oof and then do it. So, no.
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 No, we're not going to Memory Jar Town. We're staying in the current locale.
Oh yeah, we can't go to Jar Town
Not anymore.
with Oof there.
We're going to take some damage, make some guys. He's got one floating. I don't know what that card is.
Which one?
The artifact on the land throw. And these are all cards that... Blast Zone. It was Blast Zone. He blew up the Collector Oof.
I just can't even.
Yes.
What is
It's
happening?
happening.
What is happening?
No, it's great. Yeah. So Blast Zone, Dwayne, thanks to Brassman, came prepared for the Brassman, and he was able to get rid of the Collector Oof and continue attacking. We have continued the beats.
It's good that Andy was prepared for Andy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Andy is metagaming against himself. He still has the memory jar to worry about. I mean, I think that's memory jar, right?
It really looks like memory.
It's
jar.
very pink.
Ooh.
Brassman
Andy though,
throwing it down, but it's
but
not enough.
He's not happening.
Right. I mean, I assume that was Dwayne winning, right?
All right. Right seat puts a game on the board.
Yeah. What is left seat now? Like 6-1.
Yeah, 7-1.
I feel like that's the actual game score we should have on here.
We can put that in those empty.
Yeah, I thought it was jar. It seems odd to me. Well, I think it was the from the vault jar. It seems odd to me to play jar and not crack it, but Dwayne is a smarter tiny robots player than I am, so I'm sure knows what's going on. So Brassman flew to this event from Boston There's actually a group of players staying in an Airbnb not too far from here, next to Bob's Bar, the hub of the universe. And Dwayne drove down this morning, I believe, from Michigan. Lives in Ann Arbor. And we have lots of people coming in from all over.
Making terrible life mistakes.
Yeah, it's really just one.
Are they doing Jaeger bombs?
Maybe. We'll try and get both of them in here to talk to him, because I think it's Dwayne's deck is interesting enough, and Brassman's deck is Brassman built his deck, so. Yeah, I'm not saying that jarring was correct. I'm saying that I like jar because I am aggressive and chaotic in that way, and I would just do it because that seems more fun than, not doing
Jar is a fun card to play.
Yeah, right. I mean,
are you going to maximize your victories or your fun per hour?
Yeah, it's the fun per hour. Obviously, we need to draw more cards. Both of us should draw more cards because it's fun.
It's important.
Right.
Ideally, I'd rather draw your cards for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We are live in Matt Hazard's basement in Columbus, Ohio. This is the 5th annual Hazard Serious Invitational, where the members of Team Serious, get together and celebrate Matt Hazard's birthday. This is the largest of these such events. We have 30 players, many of them crammed into the basement here.
Those appear to be...
I would guess those are Jaeger bombs, but for the purposes of streaming, that's espresso. It's just very dark coffee. Stay safe, kids. Dwayne did a better job on that than Brassman, and we have photo evidence. Like I said, hot coffee.
That's love there. That's love.
So Brassman trying to put up a game score on the tiny dice up at the top. Sure.
That's gonna work.
Sure. I am Nat Mose. I'm here casting? Whatever. Commentating with my cousin Jeff Mose. We are also hosts of Serious Vintage Podcast on EternalCentral.com. You can log in and find us there. Our co-host Josh Chappell is the sideline reporter today. He's actually playing in the event. Hopefully we'll get to talk to him because Divining Witch.
I think I bought a 4 of those too at some point.
I have 8 of them. I bought them and then bought more.
Were you expecting those to blow up there?
No.
Like, man, I better get these before the run.
So that is a Once Upon a Time. I've learned to recognize that card, even borderless. That was a Once Upon a Time. He found a Kataki.
That seems handy.
I may or may not have said Divining Witch. We may or may not be saying Cavern of Souls on Spellshaper. Who knows? So Brassman, we think, is on a survival build. We haven't seen a actual survival yet, but he's played Bazaar. He's put a few hollow ones into play.
Do you think he's playing survival-less survival?
I hope so. So we've cast one, and
we got a Kataki.
Katako can cast a couple spells there, and we're putting a couple Vengevines into play.
That seems pretty solid.
And Dwayne is going to take 8 to the dome.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Yeah. This doesn't seem good.
Dwayne's going to need a really powerful opening there.
Doesn't seem great for Dwayne. I hope he just...
Shop is a good start.
I hope he just crushes it. I hope he's just like, you know what? Combo, you're dead. You know what would be good? Koldotha Forge Master. It's actually not that good because of the Kataki. It's better than nothing. There's a Walking Ballista?
That doesn't seem good enough.
Seems not great.
Skull Clamp.
Well, he can get rid of the Kataki. He can block the block a Vengevine and kill Kataki.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it's
With damage on the stack?
no. Yeah, right. I mean that's his
Alright.
play here. That's a good play. So
Yep,
he
takes
is,
4.
He has taken 12. He's at 8. Dwayne still needs to figure out how to actually win the game.
I think
Double shop is
I
good.
think he's got to figure out how to not die first.
Right. Well, I mean, Brassman gesturing at his Vengevine.
Which will kill him.
The left and right hand of the devil, so to speak. Yay, Dwayne. That is a walking ballista big enough to kill a Vengevine.
Oh, snap.
So he can block a Vengevine, kill
Kill
the
a
other
Vengevine,
Vengevine, not
yeah.
take any damage, and buy a turn.
All right. He's crawling his way back into this game.
We're doing it. Rawr. Rawr. Pew pew. Right. So,
That would have been better with damage on the stack.
man, damage is never on the stack anymore. If this were middle school, Dwayne would be sitting pretty. But it's not. So again, that's Vanquisher's Banner. It draws card. You choose a creature type when it comes into play. You draw cards when you play a creature of the chosen type, and your creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1. I still don't know what that card is. Oh, is that
That's the banner.
That's the blast zone. The blast zone and the banner. And that's a Chief of the Foundry or the other one? I don't remember. Okay, it's still a blast zone. Don't get mad at me. You're still a blast zone.
Actually, Dwayne announced before the game started that his blast zone is not a blast zone.
Oh, it's a proxy. The blast zone could be a proxy for something else. That's a Fossa Viga.
Oh.
Coming straight out of Boston.
That puts Dwayne at 4.
Dwayne will be at 4.
So he's got to make a play this. Oh, that is not the play.
Come on, memory jar. Do it. That's a Forge. That's a Mystic Forge. That's a serious vintage preview card right there.
Oh, that's restricted, I hear.
Oh, man, it was really good. But people hated it. Go,
Well,
Dwayne. That's the best you could do. Oh. That's the memory jar right there. Memory jar still restricted, but Dwayne very good at finding it. He has let's see, 2, 3. He has 4 mana if he can get to the 5th. That's a blast zone. I imagine that we're playing the memory jar off the top.
I don't know what blast zone does.
It's engineered explosives on a land.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember now. Okay.
Basically.
So we've got a jar.
So he played jar. He's tapped out otherwise. He's played a land for turn.
He can look at the top with
He can
Forge.
Yeah, he can forge and then crack jar and.
All right. It's jar time.
So I mean, any of the moxes that he either draws in his hand or finds on top of his deck are good.
Yep.
So he's got a Mox Pearl in hand and a Soul Ring, I think. He's got to hit.
All right.
He's got to put creatures in play. They've got to be bigger than Vengevine. They've got to be.
He could just win the game.
I suppose potentially he could. I mean, I don't know exactly what Dwayne's deck does, other than put artifacts into play.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
that's
already
a
used
shop.
the
He's already
Mystic Forge.
yeah.
Thanks, Dwayne. He's already used the Mystic Forge. You can't get that one off the top of his deck.
If he had something to clamp, he could.
Yeah. So
this
Brassman
seems...
is bizarring with his jar handed out of turn. He's trying to find any number of root wallows or things to play. So he's gonna...
but
He's gonna Fossa Vega the Mystic Fudge.
I mean, fundamentally, if Dwayne passes the turn, then
Correct,
Vengevine
correct.
just.
I mean,
clears.
unless he has secret cards in hand that kill a Vengevine, which he does not. He won't.
He has lost the game. All right, he put up a pretty valiant effort against.
I mean, I feel like that was good. This actually was an interactive
Left
match.
chair
There
energy.
were lots of good things going on.
Yeah,
It was.
I think ultimately, like he had really unfortunate bonks with Mystic Forge.
I mean, yeah, they were just his top decks weren't great.
Yeah,
but.
right. Like he didn't get the explosive value that he probably was hoping to get out of that
Oh,
one.
and that's the end. That's the handshake.
That's it.
Game over.